Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Rafael Danero from the Java Challengers initiative. And today we're going to see a Java Challenger about Java 13 with text blocks. Okay, guys, so that's the Java 13 Challenger, and it's about text blocks. So what's text blocks? Text blocks is basically a finer way to declare your string. So as you can see here, we don't need to concatenate the string. We just use the double quotes, 3 double quotes here and here. And then we can put a string that is longer. We could use, for example, SQL statements or JSON statements. And we have also some handy methods like strip that remove spaces from the end of the string or from the start of the string. And we have the formatted method that works really similarly from the format method from previous Java versions. And here we can see the old way to declare a long string with Java. So we had to concatenate all the strings, which makes it really complicated and really variables. Okay, and here we are using the same methods, and we are just printing for test here both strings. But what I'm gonna ask you is just those last print lines methods. So I'm gonna give you some time to think about this challenger, and then let me know when you're ready. Okay then, guys, so are you ready to see the answer?
Yes.
Okay, so let's run the program and let's see what's the answer. Ta-da-da. Oh no, so it's false and false. So unfortunately,
Oh man.
nobody got it right today.
Man.
Okay. Okay, so never mind. Let's see why, and let's learn some new concepts. Okay, so the important thing to realize here, the trick of this challenger here, is that this string is actually not just one string. It's actually several strings concatenated. So this is one string, this is another one, and then all of those strings are being concatenated. And you can perceive here that we are using the formatted method, but the formatted method will be just used on the HTML string. So it won't, for example, replace this string, okay? But on this case, it will replace the %s. I can show you the text just to make it more clear. So yeah, as you can see on the first string, the look value is being replaced, but on the second string, it's not. It's not because it's just looking at this string. Okay, another important thing to mention about this challenger is you might be wondering why this method is deprecated. So let's see why. So this method is marked as deprecated because it's not a long-term support Java version. So it's a short-term support version, which means that some methods of this version might be removed on Java 14, for example. So the Java architects decided to put for removal just to make developers aware that if you use this method, just be careful because it might be removed. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it will be removed. It's just a warning that it might be removed. And one other thing that's important to mention here is that this feature is a language preview feature. So that means that this feature is part of something bigger, and it means that it's a feature that is still on tests. So you can only use this feature if you tell the compiler that, okay, so I want to test it anyway. And maybe those features are not so suitable to be used on production, for example. So that's why it's more recommended to you to use long-term support Java versions. So if you are using Java to build systems for production, you should use a long-term support Java version, which, for example, we have currently the Java 11 version, okay? So Java 9, 10, 12, and 13 are not long-term support versions. So be aware of that. And if you are using, for example, Java 13, you should update your Java version every time that a new Java version is released. And if you want to go deeper into the text blocks feature, you can go in the JAP 355, and then you can see more details about it. So yeah, and not only this feature, you can see other Java 13 features here. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this challenger. Do you have any questions?
Good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thanks guys. I'll just gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay guys, so that was Java challenger about text blocks with Java 13, and you could see how handy it is to use strings that are like long SQL statements or JSON statements, so it's much more clear to use the text blocks than just concatenating a bunch of strings, okay? So that was the goal of this challenger, to show you Java 13 text block feature, and also to give you a brief of what is a long-term support Java version and what is a short-term support Java version, and also deprecated methods that might be removed in future Java versions. Okay, so if you want to know more, you go to the javachallengers.com, and you can see much more there. You can see all the Java Challengers videos. You can try Java quizzes in Oracle DevGym. You can do a lot of things there. And that's it for today. And yeah, see you in the next Java Challenger.